Hello and welcome back to more Pokemon Sun and Moon How-To Competitive. Today's topic should be a little bit simpler, it's not quite as involved or complicated, and so this should be a little bit of a shorter video. Anyway, we're going to talk about resetting EVs. So now, why would we need this? Well, let's say that you're going to EV train a Pokemon, and you're doing your best, but you maybe you don't want everything maxed out, and you're trying for a specific spread, and maybe you mess up. You KO one too many Pokemon, or let's say I really want to train attack, so I'm looking for a wild Pikipek, but then in the process I run into a shiny Ledyba. I'm not going to let that go away, so I better catch it, but uh-oh, I had the experience share on, and now my Pokemon has some special defense EVs that it doesn't need. Well, fortunately, EVs are not permanent. There are means to reset EVs. I'm going to show you my example here with my Tapu Lele. This is actually the correct EV spread that I want, but I used this Tapu Lele in my game. You've seen in previous editions of How To Competitive, I used Tapu Lele a lot for chaining Pokemon, SOS chaining, things like that. She was kind of my main Pokemon, and so she had kind of EVs that were all out of whack. So I used EV resetting berries. I went pretty much to 0 and I started all over again, and now I have the exact spread I want. So I'm not really going to be working on Tapu Lele today. I'm going to be working on a different Pokemon, because sometimes you get a really good Pokemon in like a Wonder Trade or a trade. A random person sends someone a shiny and then they send that shiny to you, and it has amazing IVs and you want to use it, but then they perplexingly give it to you with some odd EVs. Now, the maxed out attack EV is pretty much solid, but the split between HP and speed, it's kind of odd. It's unconventional. Maybe it would work in a certain circumstance, but I'm going to go with picking one or the other. So I want to say I already have a slow, bulky Incineroar. If I want to train this one, how about I get rid of those extra HP EVs so I can just focus on maxing out that speed? Because again, you have 508 EV points to give to your Pokemon altogether. It takes 252 points to max out any given stat, so at most you can max out 2 stats. So in order to max out that speed, I need to get rid of some of that HP. So let's go ahead and put this Litten in our party. And here we go. I'm going to show you the berries that you need. There are 6 of them, 1 for each stat, nice and convenient. The Pomegg Berry for HP, the Kelpsie Berry for attack, Qualot Berry for defense, Hondu Berry for special attack, Greppa Berry for special defense, and Tomato or Tomato Berry for speed. So again, if you give these to your Pokemon, they also have the effect of making your Pokemon more friendly, but that's not really here or there. They each will lower the stat. All right, think of them as vitamins. You know how the vitamins, there's 1 for each stat, and it will raise that stat by 10. This is the reverse. These 6 berries, they are each, for a particular stat, they will lower that stat by 10 points. So we're going to need these. So I could just go ahead and use these on Litten and call it a day, but you might be wondering, how do I have like 200 of each of these berries? Well, the thing is, I got the berries and then I grew them in Poké Pelago, so we're gonna kind of go over that a little bit. Now, the place you can find the berries, you find them all in one place. However, this is the tricky part, because there's one location. The only way you can get berries in this game is through berry piles. We're gonna go to Ula Ula Island, and we want to go to Route 10, which is over here. So we're just gonna fly to the Pokemon Center over here, and we're gonna go and I'm gonna show you where exactly that tree is. So you know these berry spots? The thing that makes this tricky is that each time you go into a berry spot, you'll only get a certain amount of berries each time. And then after that, you have to wait, I think it's like a day or so, for more berries to fall there. And you also might find a Crabrawler there, so you have to keep that in mind. If you run away from it, you won't get the berries. You'll have to actually defeat it or catch it. So also I'm gonna go over on this side, because if you see those trees up there, wild Pokemon often will swoop down that tree too, so I'm going to take this wide route over here. So the thing is, you won't get all 6 of these different types of berries in one fell swoop. More than likely, you'll get 1 or 2 kinds of berries and you'll get a couple of them. So this might take you a few days before you have all 6 kinds. But we're gonna go ahead. We got a Hondu berry. We got another Hondu berry. And a Qualat berry. So we only got 3 and 2 different kinds out of the 6. So now we can go in and look at them, and I would recommend something that I just thought about. If you want to keep organized which ones you have to check whether you have all 6 or not, go to Organize, you press the X button in this menu, and go to By Type. This will keep the EV resetting berries all together, so you can check once you've had all 6. Now, this will also take you some time because once you have, let's say you pick those berries and that's all you have. Okay, I have 2 Hondu and a Qualat. Don't use them yet, because that's only like 1 of one berry and 2 of another. You're gonna go through that and then you'll have to wait days to get some more. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to our good friend, the Poké Pelago. And if you want to maximize this, I think Skype just turned on. If you want to maximize this, you're gonna want to upgrade your Isle of Plenty. You know, that'll require beans, but you can do this even if you just have the basic level. So as you can see, I've grown all the different types of berries, all 6 of them, using all of my berry fields, so I'm gonna have a whole lot. It looks like you get 14 for each crop that you harvest. So I'm gonna just finish harvesting all of these, and then I'm gonna put more of these into the Poké Pelago. So, in each of these little plots of land, you can put 6 berries. So if you have 1 of each of the type of 6 berries, that kind of makes your job easy. You just put 1 into each slot. Then if you upgrade, you can do that for all 3 of the berry fields. So I'm gonna put these in here. Let's go down, and let's put 1 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And let's do that over here too. I'm gonna have way more berries than I even know what to do with here, but it never hurts to save these. So this will be 3 times 14, 28, 42. This will get you 42 of each berry if you do it this way, if you have all 3 fields. Now you have to have 3 of each berry to plant, so you'll basically be getting 3 or 14 berries for every 1 berry you plant. So again, it's going to take you a few days to keep going back to the berry spot over there until you get all 6 types of berries. But once you do, just immediately go here to Isle of Plenty and start growing them, because you're just going to want a nice backup. Now, as you can see, it takes 48 hours. That's ridiculous, but you can cut that in half with berries, or with beans, I should say. So, rainbow beans, each rainbow bean is worth 2 hours, each pattern bean, I think they're called, is worth 1 hour, and each plain bean is worth 20 minutes. Use them in any combination you see fit, or that you have. I'm gonna go, no, that's way too many. I'm going to go for 24 hours. I'm just gonna set this until I have 24 hours, so that's gonna cut it in half, so in 1 more day, I'll have all these berries again. So, let's go ahead and leave the Poké Pelago. That's basically how you get your crop of EV resetting berries up. So now we have them. Sorry, the wire is a little loose here. It's blinking out. I'll fix that. Anyway, we are going to now go ahead and use these EV resetting berries. So again, each one takes away 10. So if you had a fully maxed out Pokemon with 252 EVs, it would take 26 berries to completely put it to 0. Now, fortunately, this Litten does not have a full maxed out speed. Sorry, HP is what we're wanting to get rid of. So that helps. We don't have to use as many. I don't know exactly how many EVs it had, but actually we can find out. So let's go ahead. Pomeg Berry lowers HP. I'm going to use it. Became more friendly, so again, increasing friendliness. You might want to keep this in mind. Once you have like 200 of these, you can use these on a Pokemon that, you know, already has no EVs, so you don't care about its resetting the EVs, and you can use it to get their affection up faster. I guess it's not affection, it's friendliness / happiness. Alright, base HP fell, that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, That's 6. That's 7. 8. 9. 10. Its HP can't go lower. So it was 10, so it was probably 100. Maybe it was between 90 and 100. It had 100 there. We did the 1 to up its friendliness. So now let's go into its summary. And we can see. So now it's no longer blue, the EVs are now in orange because all of its EVs are not maxed out, and we can see the EVs in HP are totally gone. Its attack is still maxed out, its speed is still where it was, so now if we wanted to max out speed, we can. And for the remaining 4 EVs, I would probably put them back into HP, but first you want to empty that out so that you know you have enough room to max out the speed. Anyway, that's the way it's done. That's pretty much it. EV resetting is pretty simple, so again, I used it with my Tapu Lele here, because I was just using Tapu Lele in-game, it got whatever EVs it got, and I wanted to use it for a VGC set. So I reset the EVs and trained it back up, and that's it. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. This pretty much gives you the tools you need. It helps you if you mess up with the EV spread on a Pokemon, or like I said, if you've just been using a Pokemon in-game and you want to EV train it specifically, you can start with a clean slate. Or let's say you tried out a specific EV spread on a Pokemon, and you said, hey, this didn't work out so well, I need to put my EVs elsewhere. You can use the EV resetting berries and do that quite easily. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and leave a comment letting me know what other topics you'd like me to cover. The next video will be a hyper training video. I have to wait until Lulu here is at level 100, which shouldn't be too much longer. But there's also one more Pokemon I want to get to level 100, so I want to try this example out with 2 Pokemon. And I'll go through all of that. That will be the next episode. But leave suggestions for anything else you'd like me to cover. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and check me out in my various forms of social media, Facebook, Twitter. I have a Discord server, links in the description, and follow me on Twitch. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of Pokemon Sun and Moon How To Competitive.